somebody stole my parrots.
But today I said, let me check. Look in the nest box, empty, gone.
I'm literally shaking right now, guys. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an absolutely beautiful day so far. Of course we are, because we're outside for all of my crazy animals. My new crazy goat kid right here. We still haven't picked a name for her. So guys, if you want to be the lucky person that gets to decide this girl's name, well, comment down below and I'm going to pick her name in the next video. But I just received a frantic phone call from my mom. She was freaking out. She couldn't even contain herself. And she told me that all but one bird in her house is missing. Now, if you have been following the channel, you know at my parents' house, we haven't brought over their enclosure. We haven't brought them to my new property down here in South Florida, but I have 3 green cheeks and a parakeet. And unfortunately, there's only 1 green cheek left. And it doesn't make any sense, guys, because all of the doors and all of the feeder boxes are closed. So the only reasonable thing would be that somebody stole my parrots. Now, I've never had something like this happen to me in my entire life, so I honestly don't even know what to think, but we're gonna stop talking and we're gonna rush over to my parents' house and see what's going on. All right, guys, so we have just arrived at my parents' house. It is a very, very sunny day, and what we're gonna be doing first is we're gonna be looking in the front yard, because if you take a look right here, they have plants and they have trees galore. So this literally might be next to impossible, but the only way to find out if these birds are nearby and possibly don't want to leave home is we're going to be very quiet and hear if we can hear any chirping, any sounds, and anything that can distinctly tell us that they're nearby. Now, guys, if you've ever owned any type of parrot, you know that they sound a lot different than normal birds outside, so their sounds are very, very distinct. So we're gonna keep our ears and our eyes peeled, and we're gonna try to call our birds. Well, there's only one that really knows his name, so let's try to call him. And guys, let's listen. Bebe! Did you hear that, guys? Bebe! Guys, I don't know if you hear that, if it's picking up on camera, or if I'm just losing my mind. Bebe! Bebe! Guys, I literally swore I just heard something, but it could just be a bird nearby, and it might not even be our birds. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna be looking in these trees right here to see if maybe they have crawled up and taken shelter in here. We are heading in here, guys, and we're gonna be very slow and very quiet. We're just gonna look up in these trees right here. Bebe! Now, my guess would be is that the 2 green cheeks are together, and the parakeet is probably on his own. But unfortunately, they're definitely not in the front yard right here. And they're probably definitely having the time of their life, because since they're all fully flighted, they're definitely flying around. But the one thing I'm absolutely terrified is if they are loose and they actually didn't get stolen, is these babies can't fend for themselves. They have never foraged for food on their own. They've never been in the wild before. So I hope these babies make it. But what we're gonna do now, guys, is we're gonna head inside and see what my mom has to say. So we're walking inside. All right, let's call my mom. Mom? Yeah. Mom, we're here. We're here. We're here. All right, she's coming out of her room, guys.
Hey!
So I'm here for you to tell everyone your side of the story. So I already gave everyone the rundown, but we're here to check where these birds could have gone. If we're here to check the security cameras.
Yes, we want to check the cameras. So I went out today, and the one bird was sitting there, the one that always bites me.
Yeah, the green cheek.
And I said, that's weird. Last night, same thing. It was raining. I gave them some seed. They all were in the nest box, I suppose. But today I said, let me check. Look in the nest box, empty, gone.
Now, guys, that is completely not normal, especially for these birds, because the green cheeks are very, very aggressive. And if there's a male with females, obviously they're all gonna get aggressive because they're protecting their eggs. The male's gonna protect the females. So that's why it's very unusual that none of them are out, because they're very, very protective of their enclosure, of their nest box. So when my mom originally called me, like I told you guys, she assumed that someone stole these birds. Now, the one bird that's left, the one green cheek, Oliver, he is very, very mean. He bites very hard. He is very aggressive. So if someone did steal these birds, maybe they decided not to take him because maybe he was trying to attack them the entire time. Who knows? I mean, we don't have any answers. We're gonna have to check the cameras. But there also could be someone lying. Obviously, you're not lying, but there's multiple people that check and feed the birds. So we have to get to the bottom of this. When we check the cameras, we're either gonna find someone heading into the backyard to steal the birds, or we're gonna find someone that we know, unfortunately, possibly left the cage not properly closed, and they might have escaped. So my mom actually has to run errands, but she stayed here so she could tell us her side of the story. So we're gonna let her go, and before we head outside, before we check the cameras, we're gonna obviously say bye to my mom, but we're gonna be feeding the axolotl. And here we have our axolotl set up. So you can see he's checking us out right here. He's literally staring at us, and I think axolotls are probably one of the coolest creatures on this earth. I mean, look how crazy this guy looks. Look at his little tentacles. He's just hanging out, floating. He's definitely a big boy. He eats a lot. You can definitely tell because his stomach is so big. So you can see he's very well taken care of, but you can see his tank looks nice and clean. He has his plants. He has everything he needs to be a happy little axolotl. But since he's getting bigger, we're actually going to be updating his tank. We're going to be switching him to a bigger, longer tank and actually bringing him to my house because I definitely do miss you, buddy. He's like a built-in best friend that lives in a tank. And the cool thing about axolotls, at least with mine, I've actually been able to create a bond with them and be able to pet them in the water, hand feed them. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. We're going to be feeding him his pellets today. You ready, buddy? Are you hungry? I mean, that belly definitely doesn't look hungry, but I'm sure you are. So before we feed this really cool guy right here, if you guys are interested and in the market for really amazing, high quality axolotls, well, I got this guy from Mother of Axolotls, and he has nothing but the best quality, best looking axolotls, and I couldn't be happier. But I also want to point out to you guys, his tentacles right here, you can see they're very pink. They're pushed back right now, and you can tell he's relaxed. Now, you can tell he's relaxed because they're not curled up. Now, when his tentacles are curled up and facing towards his head, that's when you know he's stressed out, and it could be something in his environment. It could be his water. So we have a whole water testing kit to test out his water whenever he's stressed out or looking not the best. But you can see he's looking good, he's getting big, and he is a hungry boy. So this is actually the diet that I feed my axolotl. There's little axolotl, little pellets in here. You can see we've almost gone through the entire bag, so we're gonna have to order some new ones. But he loves this diet, and you can see he's trying to follow us and get to us because he knows it's feeding time. All right, buddy, let's feed you. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, guys, he is so excited. He's literally chasing my hand. So we have our pellets in hand. Now we don't give him too much because he gets pretty full pretty fast. But you can see they're nice and small and perfect for our axolotl right here. But what I want to do is I want to give him a smell test. Guys, if you've ever smelled axolotl food, you know, it smells very, very fishy. It has a very, I don't even know if you would say fishy. I mean, it just has a really strong smell, and that's because this is very high quality food. So let's give it a smell, guys. Yeah, it still has that really, really strong smell. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, but any high quality axolotl food will smell exactly like that. Now that we got our food in hand, he's swimming up to the top, and he knows what time it is. He's making his way up there, so we're gonna grab about 2 to 3 pellets, and we're gonna drop them in 3, 2, and let's see. Oh, did he get it? I definitely think he got spooked. I think one hit his face, and he did not like that. So let's try for round 2. Let's make sure we drop it right over his head. You can see he's putting his head up, and let's see, buddy. Oh, did you get it? Did you get it, guys? Oh, he got his pellets. You can see they're in his mouth. And he's chewing them, he's munching, he's crunching. I don't know if he got 2, I don't know if he got 1. You can see it looks like he's smiling right now because he's chewing on his pellets. Now the ones that fell to the bottom of the tank, he will pick up later because as you guys can see, he does a pretty good job of cleaning the tank. Sorry for the glare, guys. It's pretty bright in here, but he does a pretty good job cleaning the bottom of the tank whenever these pellets fall. But you can see he's a very satisfied, happy axolotl. Whoa, look at that. Absolutely crazy how he opened his mouth so wide to grab this food right here. And how he's just swallowing it. Oh, that's insane, guys. Look at him. Let's try to drop this last pellet, see if he grabs it. Oh, and he grabbed it. Do you see that, guys? So quick. He didn't even have to move a muscle. So we're gonna feed him the rest of these pellets and we're gonna head outside and we're gonna try to see what's going on with these birds. So we've made it to my parents' backyard and already, guys, it's way too quiet for my liking. I'm not hearing anything, but we're gonna call the birds like we did outside in the front yard. Bebe! Bebe! Slightly hear something, but I don't know if I'm just crazy and if it's a native bird or birds flying around. Let's try one more time. Bebe! Nothing, guys. I do hear one bird, and the one bird that you guys are hearing right now is Oliver. And Oliver is the last baby in the enclosure right here. So you guys can tell by hearing his sounds right now that it's not like any other bird. It's very distinct, and it doesn't sound like a bird you would normally hear flying around. But you can see he definitely misses his pals. I am so sorry, Oliver. I know you are so upset right now. And you guys can see right now just how aggressive they are. I mean, this is not just right now because he's upset. He is always like this because he is very defensive of his enclosure, of his environment. Your friends are not in there. I am so sorry. So this is actually so sad to witness him coming to look at the nest box right here because he is so used to going in there with his pals that are no longer here. This is the other nest box we have that you can see they have completely destroyed and that we have to replace. But look at this, guys. This is so sad. But I want to take a 360 of this enclosure to show you guys where and how possibly, if these babies were stolen or if someone is not telling us the truth and they got out, how they would get out. So we not only have one bird feeder right here, but we have another one right here. So if you take a look, guys, you can see we have bird feeder doors. So this feeder opens up like so, and these babies could easily get out right here, but that's not too much of an opening. So if it wasn't latched properly, that is one way they could have gotten out. And the same on this side right here. You guys can see there's another latch for their feeding area that if it's not latched all the way, they could easily get out. But my biggest concern is if someone did steal them, they obviously didn't go through their feeder box, but they went through the giant door that we have on the other side of the enclosure. And if you take a look right here, guys, look at this. I know the lighting is pretty bad, but this whole area right here is a giant door. You can see there's one latch. There's two latch. Oh, I thought there was three latches, but there's only two latches. But if we go ahead and open this door right here, look at this, guys. They could easily fly out right here if this was left open. But it just makes no sense to me. If this door was left open, or if any of the feeder boxes were left open, why the heck is there one bird left? It makes no sense to me. And what makes me believe even more that someone stole my birds is you would think they would all be gone if any of the doors were left open or not latched properly. But we still have one bird left. We still have Oliver. So what I'm thinking is that someone came into my backyard, opened this enclosure, grabbed whatever birds they could, and because Oliver is the only one left and the only one that is the meanest and bites the hardest, maybe that's why they decided to leave him. Maybe he was getting too aggressive, he was trying to protect the enclosure, he was making too much noise, so they decided to leave him, and they just grabbed the other ones, because if this was left open, you would think he would be gone too. Guys, this doesn't make any sense to me. I have literally never had anything like this happen in my entire life, so I'm just spitballing right here. I'm guessing, guys. If you think you have any idea what happened to my birds, comment down below. We're gonna be figuring that out today, but let's take a look at my nest box to maybe see what the heck is in here. Maybe the birds are in here. They're definitely not because my mom already checked, but fingers crossed, guys. Let's lift our nest box up. All right, guys, moment of truth. And any birds? Yep, no birds. They would have for sure rushed to the nest box, to this opening right here if there was any in here. And that just breaks my heart, guys, to think that these babies are gone, because not only have I raised them, but most all of these birds in here were gifted to me, and now they're just gone. It's so sad to think they're gone, and now Oliver is the only baby left, and he doesn't even know what to do with himself. I know, buddy, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, So guys, we're gonna leave Oliver here and we're gonna head inside and we're gonna check the cameras to see what really happened. So I have made it into my parents' office and this is the moment you all have been waiting for. We are going to check the cameras. Now, I physically can't check the cameras. My dad has all of the cameras surrounding our entire house and inside the house on his phone, so he can access any of the cameras directly from his iPhone, which is very convenient, especially in a time like this. So he's reviewing the footage for the last couple days and he just sent me 2 videos. So we're gonna watch it together. This is my raw reaction. I have never seen these videos. I don't think he has seen these videos, but let's watch it, guys. I'm literally shaking right now, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I have no words. My stomach is literally in a pit right now. This is insane. This is insane. So that was video 1. And honestly, guys, I don't even know how I'm gonna sleep tonight. I have no words. Just imagining that my room was directly looking out to the bird enclosure, and this is definitely the person stealing the birds. But before we make assumptions, well, there's no other assumptions we can make. This person has to be the person who stole the birds. We're gonna look at the second video. Wait, I gotta rewind that real quick. Did you not see the way he was holding the bag? So the person that was just caught on camera, whoever it may be, he definitely had the birds in the bag. I am gonna watch it again and like pause it to see if we can maybe see their face and see what type of bag that is. I don't know, it looks like a white bag. Guys, I am in literal disbelief. This is the most crazy thing I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Now, the only other time of us living here have we ever experienced someone actually coming onto our property was back in 2017. This is the footage that we found. Someone was actually spray painting our camera. We never found out who it was. Now, within the video, I took a picture and this is what their face looked like. So you can see it was very distorted. It almost looked like a mask. But this person in the video who was stealing the birds, I don't know, guys, knew that they were there. Or maybe didn't know that they were there and were trying to find something to steal and found the birds in the backyard, which is so heartbreaking to think that those poor babies went through something like this. I mean, I don't even know what to think, guys. Now, honestly, guys, I don't know if you can really see how I'm feeling, but I am honestly so speechless. I am terrified. I mean, I don't even live here anymore, but I'm honestly terrified to go to sleep in my own home. But that's exactly where we're going to be heading in a moment. Before we do that, we're going to be putting a lock on the bird enclosure, maybe even bringing our last remaining bird, Oliver, inside. And we're going to be posting this footage everywhere on every social media platform. We're going to be posting it on our Ring app for our other neighbors to see, so they're aware, so they're notified, and any other bird owners in the near area know that there's a bird kidnapper, a bird stealer on the loose. So maybe if there's other birds that are stolen or go missing, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, guys, we can catch this bird kidnapper. So we've made it back home and I'm honestly still in such disbelief. I can't even think about my poor birds having to go through something like that. But we're gonna keep our eyes peeled for this bird kidnapper, because if someone's gonna kidnap a bird, they're definitely gonna sell them. So we're gonna see and be on the lookout to see if any green cheek birds and any parakeets pop up for sale, and see, hopefully, guys, fingers crossed, we can locate all of our birds. It's a very slim chance, but we have to have nothing but hope. So guys, that's going to end today's video. If you all enjoyed today's video, give us a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys think that we're gonna catch this bird kidnapper, and if you want to stay tuned to this series and see some more crazy animal videos, well, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel in the link down below.